What's up, everybody? This is Leopold Ashley. Another episode of Podcasting with Leopold Ashley. And this episode is called Staying Ready So You Don't Have to Get Ready. And that's very important today. A lot of opportunities come by a lot of people, and they're just never ready for them because they focus on why is that opportunity not arriving to me this very second. And a lot of times when you do get an opportunity, you're not even ready to take it on like you're supposed to. So I'm going to start off with a quote here, and it says, one secret of success in life is for a man or woman to be ready for their opportunity when it comes. And again, that's very important today. The more you prepare for an opportunity, it's just going to be easy for you. But if you're not prepared for it, the person you're working with, they're just going to, look for another person, because there's other people who are ready, for an opportunity. So for this one right here, staying ready, for a sports opportunity. There are a lot of people who I come across because I was a former football player, and I'm always in the gym, so I'm always coming across younger athletes. They tell me how they kill it in their specific sport, and they're like, well, I'm just, probably gonna give it up and be done because I didn't get drafted, or um, they don't. They just pretty much don't know the next steps to take. So what you're gonna have to do, for one, is you have to stay ready by lifting weights. Because when you're done with college, you have to think 10 years ahead. Because if you're gonna, the NFL is called not for long league. Because usually people make it about 3 years, but again, I'm talking about like a 10-year career. You have to say, okay, I'm gonna take these 10 years now. I'm gonna look forward 10 years, and right now I'm gonna make sure I stay in a pattern of lifting weights, stay in a pattern of eating right foods, stay in the pattern of stretching, and just knowing that, okay, you're done playing college football, let's say 2020, but your opportunity might come 2022. So within those 2 years, you can't just be sitting down and saying, oh man, feeling sorry for yourself that you're not playing for an example, the Minnesota Vikings or whatever NFL team. You can't, or the Minnesota Timberwolves or whatever NBA team. You can't be sitting down just feeling sorry for yourself. What you're going to have to do is you're going to have to obviously have a part-time job or full-time job. And that money you get from those jobs, that's going to pay for your flights to different tryouts. You have to be looking for tryouts. And even if, and usually you got to make your own highlight tape. You got to send that stuff to these owners, GMs, be creative with it. But you just got to make sure it gets in front of them so they know that you're coming for a tryout. And then when you go to the tryout, you have to ball out every single time. You can't get that opportunity for the tryout and do just be average. That's why I say you got to stay continuously working out 4 to 5 times a week in your specific sport. You have to be practicing football, you have to be practicing basketball, or whatever sport it is. And then when it, so it's going to consist of going to work, eating right, stretching, lifting weights, um, knowing who's the best in your field, seeing what they're doing, and making sure that you're following those steps, because again, you didn't get drafted, but that doesn't mean that you can't have a career in the sport that you want. Because if you're never willing to give up, nobody could stop you. But if you're willing to give up after, you missed 2 tryouts and they didn't go the way you planned, but sometimes you might balled out way better than the players that you were trying out with. But a lot of times they have better representation than you. But if you show that you're never willing to give up, like I heard and I'm paraphrasing a little bit, Denzel Washington say, if you hang around a barber shop long enough, you'll eventually get a cut. So I'm going to transition into the people who like working for companies. You might be working at McDonald's and you might be running that thing like when people come in there, it's clean. You're the representatives for McDonald's, they're probably, man, they're so nice, and they make you feel good when they spend their money, and you're the one that's overlooking this whole thing, but you're probably getting paid pennies on the dollar. The people above you don't they don't appreciate your leadership, and you're like, man, I need to be getting paid more for what I'm doing. So what would you have to do? You got to go home and apply for different jobs. You have to be on LinkedIn. You have to have that resume that showcases all your skills. And that way when employers or somebody who has a company and they need you, when they come across your resume, your skills are laid out. It talks about how you run your day in operation at McDonald's. How you train your employees, to be customer friendly, even if the customer comes in with an attitude, because you're putting yourself in their shoes, but you're saying, hey, we're here to change your life or make today better for you. Let me get this food to you and in a great way, because I've been at restaurants where they're like, it'll be 10:52, just attitudes, and you're like, damn, should I just go next door and just get some food? So those things are important, and you got to focus on your leadership qualities. How are you making the other people around you better when you're at work? And when you're at work, you always got to give 120%. Because, again, like I said, people might not appreciate it while you're there, but that doesn't mean you got to cheat yourself. Don't ever cheat yourself. Give 120% all the time. That job you're in is just temporary. You have to be able to see beyond that and see, okay, I'm going to work for a corporation that's so big. They're going to treat me so good, and I'm going to affect the people around me and make them step their game up. And you're just going to just change the culture wherever you go. You be one of those people. Be a cultural changer, wherever you go, as far as, working for these companies. When you leave, just know that you're missed, and your energy is missed, and no one can feel that. And they have to look at themselves and say, if somebody comes just like you that left, we got to make sure we keep this person here no matter what. And then now we're going to transition into a lot of people are looking for a relationship today. My biggest thing is, like, you cannot go asking this person to potentially be one with you if you're not good. You have to make sure you're hitting on all cylinders. And to make sure you're hitting on all cylinders, do you at least have a one bedroom apartment? Do you have furniture in there? Do you have food in the fridge? Are you able to pay your rent? Because if you're not able to do those things, how do you expect this person to come and join with you and feel comfortable with you, and knowing that this person I'm in a relationship with has my back? You cannot ask, if you're a man, you cannot ask a woman to follow you if you're not a leader. You got to be a leader, and a leader does everything that they're supposed to do with no excuses every single day. You get up, and even if you feel like shit, you take a shower, you brush your teeth, you make you some breakfast, you meditate a little bit, and then you go out and take on the world. Okay? Whatever comes in front of you, even if it's strong, you might have to back up a little bit to figure out what's going on, but you take it on. Don't be laying in the bed all day feeling sorry for yourself. Nobody wants to be around that. Nobody. Okay? You might even feel sorry for yourself for 5 minutes, but if you're laying in the bed all day feeling sorry for yourself and days go by, nobody wants to be around that. So do not feel sorry for yourself for an extended period of time, because nobody wants to be around that again. But in a perfect world, and I can only speak from being a man, have a job, get money, stay in the weight room, have goals. You have to have goals. You can't just get up and exist, because that's when thoughts come into your head. That's when, then you're questioning why are you even here? But if you're here, be present, take care of things, be making money, this world, or even in America, it's important. Money is important. I don't care who you are or what you tell yourself. It's from the heart. That's fine. When these people are outside asking you for money, these homeless people, they need money also. So money is very important, So find ways to make money and just continue to improve, and you will attract what you're supposed to attract. So if you want a quality woman, you got to be a quality man. Okay? And those things that I just laid out, she's going to be attracted to those. She's going to see that you work hard. She's going to see that when you're around people, you make them feel strong, you make them feel better, you don't talk down on them, and then she's going to say, okay, I can see myself being with this type of guy. But if you could trick a female to coming across you and being in your space for just that period of time, but she's going to figure you out. If she eventually figures you out and sees that you're not about nothing, she's going to part ways. And that's because you're not doing what you need to do, to affect change and becoming the best man that you could be. Now, this is the last thing I'm going to transition into. And, are you working on your gifts? These are for my people who are entrepreneurs, people who are creators. This world, like everything that you see was created by a person. So this keyboard, was created by a person. It was created through thought. Somebody created this watch. Somebody said, okay, this sweater, let me create this sweater. Everything you see was created by a person. So if you're a creator, if you have gifts, don't keep them inside. Take them out and create something. If you like writing, create a blog. There you can go to wordpress.com and create a free blog and just take your thoughts out there, come up with a cool name and then put your thoughts on there. You definitely got to do spell check, because there are people out here that they'll read your blog, and if you use the wrong there and you use the other there, they'll disregard everything you wrote and say, "Oh, you used the wrong there." Who cares? Were you able to read it? But that's what people do. So if you're gonna do something, just do it good. And just take time and improve it. But again, for the entrepreneurs, are you creating a product? Are you creating a service? Or are you providing information? People need all three of these things. So you just have to figure out, okay, if I'm creating a service, maybe you could be a mentor, to up and coming younger men who younger boys who want to become men. And they don't have any fathers, so that's where you can come in, and you can mentor them, and over the course of the time, you'll see them go from boys into men. That will feel great for you. Or you can create a product. Like I have a apparel line for my fitness called Apparel by Musela, Muselaa. So you can go www.apparelbymusela.com, and you can see the products that I create every day. And I get so many ideas. I'm like, oh man, I write them down, and then I see the vision, and then I create it, and then I put it on the product, and I'm like, damn, I created that? Man, that thing is beautiful. I don't care if everybody's buying it today. Eventually they will, because that's how much I believe in myself. Because I focus on the product and the service. I don't care about the money right now. That's going to come. Because if you focus on the money first, you're never going to put quality into whatever you're doing. So focus on your craft. Focus on building it, and they will come. That was that baseball movie, like in the 80s. It was like, if you build it, they will come. And it's true, everybody started off at the bottom. Don't focus on that. Just know you're there and know you're going to go up. Focus on going up. Focus on doing 5 to 10 things every day, and it's going to add up. And then when you put it out there into the universe, everything you put out there is going to come back. It might not come back today. It might not come back 6 months from now, or even a year or 2 years. But it's going to come back if you focus on your craft. And then the other thing I was talking about was information. People need information. People need to know how to make money online. You have to create a website. You have to have, the information on the website. And then you have to have the product on there where I can click on it. I say I want that product. And then I click checkout. I put in my card information. You get the information because it's your website. And on the back end, you'll see that customer paid for the product they wanted. And then you make sure you ship it out to the customer. And then you keep, repeating it over and over again. So with doing that, and people, and you got to have an area on your website where people can respond to you and you're going to respond back. That's where you build up trust and credibility. That's what it's always about. Don't be so fast to get to the finish line, because once you get to the finish line, you got to keep running the race. The finish line never ends. So if you always focus on improving yourself, and seeing the vision, you're going to get whatever you need, and you're always going to be ready. But if you're just sitting down waiting for something to happen, you're going to be 90 years old and nothing's going to happen. And all you did was let time go by, and you don't want that to happen. My name's Leopold Ashley. You can always reach out to me even at leopoldashley.com, or musla.com is another website I created. I am a leader in the field. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a father. I'm a son. I'm a friend. And I know why I'm here on this earth at this given moment. And I know I don't have forever to live. But until then, you guys have a great rest of your day. Don't cheat yourself. Treat yourself. And you treat yourself by getting up every single day and doing something and making something happen, no matter what. Don't give yourself no excuses. One love always. Bye.